welcome back to Table Talks with Ellie. I am still Ellie, this is still Rodney, but these people are different. Joining me right now, I have Devlin, I have Hannah. I'm super excited to chat with them. We're going to dive in a little bit more behind the scenes on a specific game. We're going to talk a little bit about streaming, about eSpot Live. I'm super excited to dive in. So first, I'm going to start just basic introductions. Can you tell me who you are, how you got involved with DVSI Entertainment, and what you do for DVSI Entertainment? And most importantly, please remember this, what is your favorite color?
Oh, yeah, no, red, that's easy.
Oh,
but,
cool.
I guess I probably should have given you this chair, I'm sorry.
But anyway, my name is Devlin. I am a designer for DVSI, or for Before the Storm, I'm sorry.
Which is a subsidiary of DVSI Entertainment.
Yes. Awesome. There's always that distinction that I can
You're still owned, it's by the same team, it's okay.
One of us.
I first got involved by a recommendation by my partner here. I'd always been interested in designing games, and I'd done a couple of smaller projects on my own with like free software and whatnot, but I never really got a lot of tools to work with until I joined the company.
Gotcha. So you're the development side of it?
Yes.
Excellent. Cool. I've got more questions for you, but first, let's jump over to Hannah.
Hello.
Tell us who you are.
So, as Ellie stated, hi, I'm Hannah. I am, regarding DVSI Entertainment, I'm actually the community leader. So, if you follow us on Discord, in our server, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, pretty much almost all the social medias, you'll see a post likely from myself. There are other people involved in the social media team, and I love having them around to help me, but I also love being able to take control and be the face. Well, not so much the face, because you don't see me. But
Voice.
Yes, exactly. I like being someone that you get to interact with, and I like being the one to come to when it comes to like, wow, I want to talk to this team. I don't know where to start. You're likely going to end up either starting with me or probably Andreas. But besides that, I'm also a member of Before the Storm as a training developer. I'm still learning. But also I'm a live streamer on Twitch for DVSI Entertainment. I'm PandaMental09 if you guys have hopped on my streams before. I'm a variety streamer. I play pretty much anything that suits the mood, and I love interacting with chat. I've actually started this new thing, and I'm a few weeks behind on it just because of how busy we've been, but I dedicate Sundays to Self-Care Sunday. So I would do a just chatting stream. I'd interact with the chat as they come in. I'll do face masks or cleansings.
Oh, nice.
Stuff like that. I encourage chat to do the same as we just catch up with each other, check in, because not everyone has someone to talk to when it comes to being stressed out about things or mental health, and I'm very lucky that I have the people I have, and I want to be a positive I want to be a positive person in the community and in the industry. So I feel like this is going to be my start.
That's awesome. You're also beautiful support for everybody here at the team. And personal shout out, the main mod for eSpot Live. I could not do that without you, so I appreciate that.
I love helping you.
Definitely helping out behind the scenes. So yeah, we all really do work together as a team. There's a lot of support here. I feel like everything I've ever heard anybody say, they're always like, we're family. And there's a part of me that's always like, are you though? And I don't know if I can speak for other people, but the more and more I've been involved in DVSI Entertainment, I'm like, this is for real, because you work in the entertainment industry, right? And you're like all hands on deck. Things get so crazy. It's like crunch time right before events or right before releases, and everybody really does. We're like family with the support. We're like family with the love, and we're like family in that you're all up in everybody's face. But it's a beautiful thing. Not a better team to be doing that with. One more question for you before I go back to Devlin.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color?
I probably should have started off with it because I forgot. See, my favorite color kind of fluctuates, so like half the time I'm not sure. I enjoy black because black goes with everything fashion-wise, and then you can use accessories in different colors to make the outfit pop.
It's true. I do like wearing black.
But lately, I've kind of gotten into brighter colors, so like purple or lilac. I also love maroon, but I want to give a special shout out to Razor's specific quartz pink color. I've grown up not liking pink, being very against it. Just like, I don't want to be one of those girls, but
Yeah.
I got a new keyboard and it's the quartz pink, and I'm absolutely in love, and I need my whole setup to match it.
Excellent. I still say the correct answer is blue, just so we're clear.
Because it's your answer.
And one more question for each of you. This comes directly from the lovely Jenna. Do you know the Muffin Man?
I love the Muffin Man.
Well, you see, I happen to make a lot of muffins. Yeah, no.
He's like, I am the Muffin Man.
Actually, he is DVSI Entertainment's
I
Muffin
tend
Man.
to regularly bring
That's
muffins to the
excellent.
studio.
That is amazing.
Like,
we have met the Muffin Man.
there
That
will
was
be-
not intentional.
There will actually be times as we're getting ready to go, and then he'll be like, all right, who's working? What muffins do you want?
We got strawberry, we got banana nut, we got mixed berry.
Oh gosh, I didn't plan this.
You heard it here first, chat.
We have located.
Crap, my secret's out. I gotta go.
All right. I did want to ask you though. There's one game in particular that you're the lead designer on,
Yes.
if I understand correctly, and it's Pseudo Dragons.
Yes.
Which we got to see in our live presentation of the games that we have in development right now. We saw Pseudo Dragons. So, oh my gosh! First of all, how adorable! I cannot get over how I don't think of dragons and go, "Aw," but now I do, and I'm very confused and conflicted inside. Where did Pseudo Dragons come from?
So, it started off with...
I was doing tutorials on Unity because it was around the time I first started here with Before the Storm and DVSI Entertainment, and I wanted to get deeper into it, so I started going through these tutorials, and platformers have been my life. Like, I've grown up on them. I first started seriously getting into video games around the PlayStation area, so things like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon. We had an N64, and my dad bought Mario 64 for me, and I played every last bit of that game. So, just mascot platformers had always been my thing. So I looked up a tutorial on making a 3D platformer in Unity.
Okay.
I should have went to just the platform because I know we have the tools. Like, but I just didn't think about it at the time. And I was going through the tutorials, and like, the more I went through this tutorial, the more it was just like, I want to find a character to put into this to make it a bit easier for me to associate with it.
Okay.
And so I started finding these little dragons. They were just little tiny adorable little dragons. So I started putting them in there as characters and as little NPCs, and it was just, yeah, this is where we're going with this.
As a playtester, my favorite thing in the world is just running around and just seeing all the different kinds of dragons that can be there. I'm pretty sure I told you this, or I don't remember if I actually kept it a secret, but so on the back of my car, I have an Uwu sticker. At first, it was unironically. Now it's unironically. So, my favorite is what I call the Uwu dragon. So it's like a little, yeah, I know. It's like a little pale pink dragon with the hard eyes on it. And if the time comes around where we get to do more.
Those are just going to be separate customizations in the games.
Then I'm always going to run around forever the Uwu dragon. I have my favorite set.
I think there actually is an Uwu face in there.
Yes.
I have to relook over everything.
I have to find it. I will find it. And I will let you guys know for sure.
I love that so much. I also love just kind of bouncing off of what you said, of how it developed, that it kind of started with you just exploring the tutorial and wanted to kind of connect with it, and you ended up building this world that so many people can now connect with. Like, that's incredible.
I have a hard time investing myself in something if I don't start putting parts of my own interests into it. And so it started getting that way with that tutorial. I was following it along, and it's like, okay, this is kind of boring. I'm just slowly losing my patience, and I'm like, okay, throw something in there, and start doing things on my own, and just kind of interposing them into where the tutorial went.
Okay. That's really, really cool. I also love
We talked a little bit on the last table talk about a couple of different things, but one of the things we chatted about is how at DVSI Entertainment, so many people have that opportunity to do and run with ideas and concepts and even new forms of art that we're not necessarily, exposed to before. Mm-hmm. And we can learn to be developers, and there's quite a few people in that program right now. We can come up with an idea and run with it. If it's a good idea, it gets back. Like, that's something so exciting about working with DVSI Entertainment. And then also I think that there's this idea that creatives have, right? That you have to have everything together before you can create. Or maybe that's just me. I'm very much a perfectionist creator.
Oh, yeah, same.
Until DVSI
It's
Entertainment.
definitely one of those particular styles of creating where you have to plan everything out first. There's definitely a lot of people who have their creative process like that.
Yeah, for sure. But I think also, like, I didn't necessarily know that
there was another way to do it. Like, so I have so many things that I've just sat on for years because I didn't think that I could do it, right? I didn't think I could be a creative. There's other people who can make a living on that and do well, but I just, like, do this for fun, and then I never show anybody ever because it's not perfect. And then getting to work with so many incredible minds, incredible creative people, and to see that kind of storytelling where, yes, there is a mode of storytelling where everything's mapped out ahead of time, but sometimes you just kind of find yourself in the middle of a story and you recognize that it is a story and you start putting the pieces together. And it's that puzzle piece creativity that I'm finding I'm really, really resonating with. And I just appreciate being able to see so many people running with that and creating really incredible content, like an entire video game, out of that sort of puzzle piece mentality of, wait a second, I'm in a story. Like, what I'm doing is kind of boring, but if I make it a story, I can connect with it. And by making it a story, like I said, that you can personally connect with, you've created a story and you're in the process of building the story that so many other people can connect with. And it's thrilling adorable.
I like to refer to it within my own mind as a kind of scrapyard mentality.
I like that.
Where you're just, like, taking a bunch of, like, stuff and just making something new out of it.
Yeah. I think it's underrated and really, really cool. Do you have specific future
plans for Pseudo Dragons? Like, where do you want to see it go? How it, like, merchandising? I don't know. Do you have anything in your head for that? Old plushies?
So, I definitely
dragon plushies.
Yes.
I definitely want to do plushies.
Yes.
Like, plushies are an absolute must for me. I also thought of the idea of just little pseudo dragon hats.
Oh my god.
Can you tell that was the first I've heard that news?
It would be really cool to do.
I want it so bad. Can we make a mini one for Rodney so Rodney can have a pseudo
We just have to make a whole Rodney skin.
Yes.
Just make like a little minifigure so Rodney has a friend. A friend his
so
size,
much.
I should say.
Yes.
Because as much as I love the idea of the hat, I feel like his hair is part of what makes him Rodney. I don't want to cover that.
I feel like you can have it sticking out the sides though.
True.
Like I feel like we can make this work.
We'll figure it out, Rodney. We got you.
We've got you.
We got you.
We'll make a pseudo Rodney.
So we've got plushies and hats. I'm personally looking forward to both of them. Clearly.
A recent hopeful idea I thought about was also like little slippers.
I love this. It's just bath time with pseudo dragons.
Yes.
Like hats, slippers,
Little rubber duckies.
straight up getting like robes. I'm like, now I'm running with this.
You know the company Tubbs? They make like, the video game rubber
yeah.
duckies.
Yes.
Hey Tubbs, if you want a partnership of some sort for any of our games, heck, even Awoken, we can get the monsters as rubber duckies.
Oh my god.
Bath time for your child. Maybe not.
I mean, they did the Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. They can do anything.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Also, one more question related
Directly to Pseudo Dragons. How are you feeling about the response that we've received so far? People have officially seen the trailer and loved it. How do you feel?
Overwhelmed. I didn't expect this kind of response. I'm really happy for it, don't get me wrong. But, like, wow, I didn't see it coming. It's like getting hit with a cannonball of love.
I sent him, or I had shown him a tweet that we had gotten within hours of E3 going live to the public, and the first thing I see is just somebody saying, "I would die for these pseudo dragons."
Who wouldn't?
I'm not crying. Somebody's just cutting onions.
But I've been watching you put so much work into it, and I gotta say, I'm impressed. Like, it still baffles me seeing, like, even though I'm still learning, and maybe I'll get there eventually, but seeing everyone here in DVSI Entertainment Before the Storm and Dreamfire, just, especially Before the Storm and Dreamfire, but just be able to make games with these huge sprawling maps from practically a tutorial or nothing, just from the ideas in their brain, it baffles me. Like, I'll get there, maybe. Or maybe I'll just be a creative director and just say, you should make it look like this. And then I just take advantage of the skills, because who knows. But I'm consistently blown away by how amazing you guys are. And I love being a part of this team.
I concur. Very much so. Also, I do want to ask a little bit more about what made you decide to start training in development?
Growing up, I've always had a dream of working in the game industry. Originally it was, I'm going to be a big, strong, like, I was like 6. I'm going to be a big, strong girl making games that even the guys would like. And
yes!
And then just learning about it and learning how it goes and stuff, it was definitely overwhelming. It's still daunting to me, and I'm a grown adult at this point.
Yeah.
And my dreams have changed. Like, I still want to be in the industry, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe in a different way. It's like, okay, maybe I'll be maybe I'll just do like XYZ or A or 7. And at this point now I'm just like, I just want to be in the industry at this point, as long as I'm in it.
Yeah.
And here we are, we made it. And
yeah.
I told my parents, even though my mom never understood for a good while, my dad always did, I said, watch, one of these days I'm going to be at E3. Here we are. E3 2021. We are here.
Amazing.
I have not spent the past week and a half crying my eyes out about it.
Totally.
Or
not
wondering
crying
if
at
I'm
all.
still dreaming. Totally.
The onion ninjas will hit me. I'm a very slow processor with stuff like this, so I'm still waiting. I've got it planned out. So approximately 3 to 6 weeks from now, I'm just going to burst into tears and cry for a week straight, because I'll finally have processed that I was at E3. I mean, I've been wanting to even just save up to go to it, like attend a convention.
Exactly.
For years, and I've never managed it because convention time swings around, something always comes up to hit that savings fund, right?
Yep.
Every single year. So I've never made it. And my first convention, like, here we are, part of a team presenting, and it's such an incredible feeling. And again, I feel like I'm driving this into the dirt, but genuinely, honestly, I could not think of a better team to be here with than DVSI Entertainment.
Absolutely.
Because the people I've gotten to work with are so incredibly talented, so incredibly passionate, and the stuff that we're making is good. it's really, really cool. And I'm coming from this perspective, if you've watched eSpot Live or Elevated, you know that I'm brand new to the gaming community. I kind of came into the company more from that acting perspective, that storytelling branch. And I don't have much experience hands-on with gaming. I just didn't kind of have that in my life as a kid. I had other things. And so I'm just now learning. Like, I played my first ever playthrough now, like, 2 months ago. And that's my, like, Ellie learns to play video games. So I'm looking at this from a very naive perspective. but also I think fresh eyes in a way that not everybody has. And I'm blown away by what this team has put together with, essentially just hard work. We talked at the table talk last time about how, this is what we're doing as passion projects in between full-time jobs for many people, in between life, in between all of these things, families and everything else. So to see just what pure passion and creativity and all of that has come up with, it's just an honor to be a part of, humbling to watch, and it's just really, really exciting. But can we talk a little bit about streaming?
Yeah.
Because I came into Deepest Eye Entertainment as, like I said, actor, streamer, that kind of end of it, and you have been the unseen backbone of eSpot Live. I talk at the camera. I have all of the technical difficulties. We have fun there. But you help structure, you help moderate, you help with the topics, you do so much behind the scenes. How do you feel about kind of what we've managed to do with eSpot Live?
Honestly, I'm so glad that it's worked out the way it has, and I'm just glad that you like what I send you. Because like half the time, like my process with doing the scripts, if I find stories that I like, I'll save it, and then I wait until I have all the topics together. And we typically do 8 every episode. And there will be some times where I see something really worth it, and I'm like, okay, maybe we'll do a couple extra. But I always wait until I have all the topics, and then I put them all together. Half the time, I feel like I owe you an apology because with the hard time of transitions that you have, I feel like kind of come from me, and how I place them in the list, the script that I write out, or that when we paraphrase the articles, and because I'm just like, oh well, I shouldn't have too much gaming together, but these two kind of coincide. Oh crap, okay. But it was definitely a little easier during the whole like Epic versus Apple debacle, because
Well, I went through. No, I'm notorious on eSpot Live for kind of blending words accidentally. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's other things. But yeah, I've gone through Epic, Apple, like I've just gone all over the place with it. So,
but just like during that time, I felt it was so easy because there was just like I'll find an article on like Tuesday, and then as I'm getting ready to be like, all right, now buckle down, finalize everything Wednesday, and then there's another article. I'm just like, all right, well we're just gonna
do it,
and I'll like leave a note for you like, sorry, this is gonna be really long, I'm sorry, and then just go bam, it's all together. I think out of like during that whole thing, my favorite thing that I've sent you for that, and you got to cover was when they looked at Peely.
Banana.
Right.
It's just like, so he's wearing a suit, so he's Agent Peely. Yes. So why did you feel the need to show the picture of him in a suit? Well, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be very appropriate if he were naked now, would he? But he's a banana. But like I love seeing your eyes light up with any stories regarding like the lawsuits and stuff, because like I go into this
so
like
excited
not knowing much, like pretty much like in the schooling that I've done with design and graphic and stuff. It was pretty much just buried in my skull. Just if you see the C, leave it alone. If it's copyrighted, too bad. You're gonna have to do something different. So with and then with the Capcom and Resident Evil lawsuits, I know that's where that comes in. I was just like, oh, well, maybe you should have just done your own thing, Capcom. But man, designing stuff is hard. So at the same time, they did their best. But pretty much any other like acquisition store, like I love anything I send you. I always make sure, like, do I find it interesting? Would Ellie find it interesting? Would the chat find it interesting? And with eSpot Live, with you being the personality that you are, we have regulars that come in for you, and I'm just like, this is so cool. I love seeing the community grow.
Yes.
And then as soon as people were like, you have social media? And I'm like, yeah. I literally had someone reach out to me and they're like, does Ellie interact on the social media? Like, and when I mentioned one of the times I linked them to the Discord, they're like, is Ellie on the Discord too? And I'm like, hey Ellie, do you have a Discord?
That's another thing too. Actually,
Great bringing that up, because I would like to talk a little bit about the community that we're building.
Mm-hmm.
So DVSI Entertainment has run eSpot as a concept for a while now, and it's been excellent. We've had a lot of fun with it. What we wanted to do with eSpot Live is not necessarily replace anything, because we're still working on those shows that were held back by COVID for obvious reasons. But the purpose of eSpot Live was to really bring in an interactive presence and to build a community. And I've loved what we've been able to do with that, and to watch that grow and everything. So yeah, when we're talking about our social media pages, we have, you know, our communication teams, developers and creative minds as part of DVSI Entertainment running those channels. We will have people chime in every now and again, so I do sometimes pop in on social media. When we've built that Discord community that's still growing, I'm in that Discord community, the developers are in that Discord community, and we really are, this is hands-on and this is real. And that's kind of the big thing that drew me personally into DVSI Entertainment from the beginning, is that I've always had kind of, like I was saying a little bit before, there's an untouchability to that entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And some of that obviously is just my own fear. But some of that's genuine, right? Like, you have a lot of masks in this industry where everybody wants to look polished, and of course you want to look polished. Of course you want perfect things, but you can't create perfection without starting somewhere. And so many people are afraid to begin because they want to be here already, but you cannot get here without starting.
Hi. I feel attacked.
No, that's what I love about DVSI Entertainment, though. So like I said, this community we're building is real. When you talk to somebody on social media who says they're Ellie, it's me. When you talk to Panda on social media, or Hannah, it's me. It's Hannah. When you talk to the developers, it's the developers. So yeah, you can jump in, join our Discord community, and actually be talking to the people who are writing codes for these games, which I've never seen before on this level, personally. I haven't seen it in other companies. I haven't seen it in other arenas, and I think that for me, looking back at little me, who wanted to be a storyteller but was so afraid of it because only the cool people were over there, and I was not the cool people. So I was so afraid, and it felt so untouchable, and I avoided it for so long, and it turns out I'm not good at real life. Like, I've tried the corporate run of it, and it's but when it comes to creativity, I thrive. And I'm so incredibly grateful for the opportunity to do so with people who are real and upfront and loving and caring and foster creativity in such a really cool way. We talked before about how there's many hats in DVSI Entertainment, and anyone can put on the hats and learn and grow, and that's encouraged. So if I want to learn a new skill, I have the resources to do so. And same with you, learning development. You know, if you wanted to live stream, to be the face, to do an episode, you would be encouraged in that and given the tools to do so.
So, funny thing, he used to stream.
I've definitely tried it before, and I'm not as big a fan of it. It just doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
And that's the other cool thing, like I said, is you have the opportunity to learn and try things that you'd like to. Nobody's going to force that. I probably should have prefaced with this. Nobody's going to force our developers
to not do what they don't want to do.
What they don't want to do. But there's that opportunity there. That opportunity. We have a music department, and I've had the opportunity to work directly with that department. We have visual arts departments. I am not a visual artist. I am many things.
Yeah.
I'm not a visual artist, and I appreciate that I have a visual artist backing me up because it's not a skill set of mine, and it's not one that I'm necessarily drawn to. But the areas that I am also learning a little bit about development, but not necessarily as a developer, just so I can better understand what it is everybody does, because that's something that I value. And all of those opportunities are on the table for us to grab hold of.
So going back to the music for a second.
Yes.
Who's the voice behind the trailer in Doomsday? They sound familiar.
Yeah, awfully familiar.
Yep, the partnership that I've gotten to do so far with DVSI Entertainment was helping to write the title track for Doomsday, and the vocals are me as well. And I'm very, very proud of that. That's something that I kind of like you were saying with Pseudo Dragons, I feel like, where I didn't think too much of it. Like, I did my part, and I was like, okay, cool, I think I've made something that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
And then I let it go. And now it keeps
It
coming
keeps
back.
coming
And I'm
back.
like, wait a second, but it's all like such good and loving and encouraging feedback, and it's like being hit with this overwhelming cannonball of love. But again, the opportunities are there, and it's incredible, and I'm grateful for it. So yeah.
Definitely. Leading up to everything this weekend, I think actually I would play Doomsday just so I'd have like a bit of the somber background just to calm me down when things got to be much or a little too much for me. So thank you,
Well, thank you.
because you did a wonderful job with it.
Thank you.
There's more coming from every corner of DVSI Entertainment. And we're constantly, like I said, constantly working, constantly growing. We've got all of our different departments working together, doing new projects. Paul mentioned earlier this film studio that we're working towards. So we're just about telling stories across mediums and encouraging storytellers who wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to be able to do so and tell amazing stories. So yeah, I think that this is a perfect time to kind of start to transition a little bit. So we're actually going to wrap this particular topic up, and stay tuned though, because we are going to come right back with a brand new table talk, and we're doing something. Oh gosh, guys, I'm so excited. We're gonna dive in to a first look at Doomsday. So you got to see Doomsday, you got to see that trailer. We're going in game, guys. We're going in deep. So stay tuned. We will be back 4:30 Eastern time, so that's 1:30 Pacific, and I'll still be here. I'll be with some new people, and we've got such a treat for you.
In the meantime, be sure to follow Ellie's Twitch. It's Elevated, right?
Elevated, yes, on Twitch.
And then catch eSpot Live every Monday and Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time,
6
p.m. Pacific. Thank you.
Time zones are hard.
Time is hard, guys. And if you want to join our Discord, any of our social media, especially Discord, I'll give you a link. Do ! Discord in the chat. It'll send you a direct link so you can start chatting with members of DVSI, Before the Storm, and Dreamfire. And follow me on Twitch too. Pandamental09. Shameless plug, I'm sorry.
Excellent, it's appreciated. We'll be back very soon. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.